everybody, it's Mr. Neal. As you might notice, I'm sitting in the window today, and that's because I'm going to read you a very special story that has to do with sitting in the window and looking outside. And the reason I'm reading you this story is because the other day I went to my mailbox, and inside it I found a package. And the package was from my mother in Wisconsin, and it was a book. So I'd like to share that book with you today. And it's called Waiting by Kevin Henkes. There were 5 of them, and they were waiting. And the owl with spots was waiting for the moon, and the pig with the umbrella was waiting for the rain, and the bear with the kite was waiting for the wind, and the puppy on the sled was waiting for the snow, and the rabbit with stars wasn't waiting for anything in particular. He just liked to look out the window and wait. Ooh, there goes a car. And when the sun came up, the owl was happy. It happened a lot. And when the rain came down, the pig was happy. And the umbrella kept her dry. And when the wind blew, the bear was happy. And the kite flew high and far. And when it finally snowed, the puppy was happy. He had waited a very long time. And the rabbit was happy just looking out into the window. And sometimes one or the other of them went away, but he or she always came back. Sometimes they slept, but mostly they just waited. And sometimes gifts appeared. Once a visitor arrived from far away. He stayed a while, but then he left, and he never returned. And they saw many wonderful, interesting things. Look at the clouds. And the rainbow. And the lightning during a thunderstorm, and the ice crystals that form on the window, and the fireworks during the 4th of July. And of course, there was always the moon, and the rain, and the wind, and the snow to keep them happy. One day, a cat with patches came to join them. See the little cat? Was she waiting for the moon? No. Was she waiting for the rain? No. Was she waiting for the wind? No. Was she waiting for the snow? No. She didn't seem to be waiting for anything in particular. But she was. She opened up. And now there were 10 of them, and they were happy together, waiting to see what would happen next. And that's the end of this book. I like this book because I think we've all been doing a lot of waiting. We're waiting to go outside again. We're waiting to see our friends again. We are waiting to go to school. We're waiting to go to the playground. Some of us are waiting to go to the grocery store. We've all had to do a lot of waiting, and I think we're going to have to do a lot more waiting before we're finally over this pandemic. So, while we're waiting, I hope that I have you around to keep me company. I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to look outside my window, and I want to show you guys what I see when I look out. So we're back, And this is what I see when I look out my window. I can see the tree that my friend Drew planted in front of my house. I can see the flowers that I have growing in my garden. If you look down there, I can see a church and a school across the street. Sometimes I see children playing in the parking lot. I see cars go by. I see people on bicycles going by. A lot recently, I see people in masks walking by. But right now, I don't see anybody. The street is very quiet. I see that the leaves are starting to grow on the big trees across the street. I see that there's a bird flying in the sky. And when I look out the window, it kind of makes me happy, like the characters in the story. I think I hear a car coming. And there it is. So maybe you can do that today. Look out a window and tell somebody, what do you see? And what are you waiting for? I'm waiting to see you all again. I'm waiting for big, big hugs. And I am waiting for things to go back to normal, whatever that is. I love you all, but don't tell anyone.